Hi, everybody. Welcome to the final module of Small Business Management and Entrepreneurship. This is Module 6, and this module, intentionally contains less new information and fewer assignments, and that's to give you time to focus on your business plan pitch, which is going to be step 3 in your business plan. Okay, and we're going to talk about that at the end of this video. There is one new chapter in this final module, and in this final chapter, we're kind of stepping back and looking at the big picture of starting and running a business. And so this lesson focuses on 2 things primarily. It gives you a startup checklist of everything you've learned in the course, and it gives you some resources that are available to help you succeed. Because I cannot express to you enough, I've said it a couple of times, we all think we need all this money to get started and have to do it on our own. But we do live in a place where business is encouraged. So there are a lot of resources out there to help you, and you should absolutely do your research and be sure you're taking advantage of all of them. Okay. If you look at the checklist in this chapter that's shown on page 2, it gives you 20 key steps to starting a business. Like, you could print that out and check them off if you get ready to do it. It covers everything we've talked about. It covers developing your business idea, doing some market research, choosing a name and structure, creating your business plan, finding your financing, registering your business, building market and branding strategies, staffing, selling, managing taxes, all of the things. It gives you a comprehensive list that you can just go right down and make sure everything is covered. It's important because it shows that starting a business is not just a one-step thing. It is a process, and successful businesses plan carefully, they follow the steps, and they stay organized. One of the biggest takeaways from this chapter that I want you to really get is, again, you're not expected to know everything. You're not expected to be able to handle everything yourself. Even experienced business owners need some help sometimes. And that's where all of these business support organizations that are mentioned in this chapter come in. The Small Business Administration can help with funding and loans, training and education, business guidance and resources. SCORE can connect you with experienced business mentors, free advice and coaching, workshops and resources. There are real professionals out there who are interested in helping other professionals succeed. The Small Business Development Center, they offer one-on-one advising. They can help you with planning, marketing, and finances. These are some really great resources that are available, and many of our students in business programs do not realize that most of these services are free. Okay, it's something offered to help to grow our economy. It's just something that a lot of government entities are a part of to help grow and flourish our economy. And this chapter also speaks to something that I know is trembling in everyone's heart when they start a business. What if you fail? What if your business doesn't succeed? Businesses fail for a lot of reasons. Maybe your financial planning didn't work out exactly like you thought. Maybe your marketing was weak, or the market was weak. Things can change. Things can happen to the overall economy that can cause businesses to fail. Maybe you sort of made some missteps in management. Here's the thing. Failure is not the end. That's part of the learning process. Many successful entrepreneurs have businesses that failed before they went on to make a business that is successful. The thing is to make sure you learn from your mistakes, come back stronger, understand how to protect your finances so that a failed business is not, so financially devastating to you. Okay, those are some things that are covered in this last chapter. The main thing you need to be focusing on this week is your pitch presentation, and I want to talk about that just a little bit. I don't want you to be intimidated by it, and I know sometimes people are by things like this. I'm not actually going to require you to give a presentation. What I want you to do is create a slideshow on whatever PowerPoint, Google Slides, Canva, whatever floats your boat. It's got to include at least 10 slides. Your module instructions give you some information on what should be on the slides. And the idea is this would be your slideshow if you came into a bank or some sort of investing firm and were presenting your business idea for an investor. These would be the slides that would go in the background, okay? And I strongly suggest, especially if you don't have a lot of experience in making slideshows, that you watch the attached video about what makes a good one, or do some research on your own, because there are some pretty standard rules about, not having a million things written on every slide. This should not take a terrible amount of time, but I do want to see some creative work on it. And I want to see that you understand the whole of what we've done, because this is where you're kind of bringing together everything you have thought about and considered about your business and how you would present it to someone. Okay, and then after you've done with that and turned it in, you just have your final. And that's going to be a wrap on this course. I just want to tell you that I've enjoyed working with you very much, and I wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors.